All right. All right, family. We are live here on Tuesday, December the 9th. This is episode 83 of Accelerating Your Journey. This is a consciousness ascending presentation. My name is Benny Ferguson, and we are excited to be here. We're excited to have the opportunity to be of support on this platform. We are excited to play a role in accelerating your growth and expansion, which requires specific things, by the way, to accelerate the process. Our first goal is to offer you the foundational ideas that lead to the acceleration, and then to provide the necessary support to for you to establish the level of consistency that speeds up the acceleration of your growth and expansion. This is for those of you who know you are on a journey of enlightenment. If you don't know that, then you have a ways to go before you even get to that place of acceleration. But again, we're excited to be here. We're excited to be of support. If you are new and you find value in this interaction, be sure to subscribe so that you're alerted whenever we upload new content or go live again on this platform. Hello. Check the profile information on this platform for links to free offerings that we have, free presentations that support the establishment of that foundation that we spoke about. Also, check the description. If you find yourself stuck, if you have found yourself stuck in any way, whether it's information that is coming in that is not integrating fully, or you're in a circumstance that you know is repeating and that you would like to be free of, or at least dramatically cut into the idea and the emotion around that idea, we offer private sessions. Yes, and also remember that this is the last month for our private sessions being at 50% of the normal investment. This is an offering. This is something that we're offering for an end of the year launching per se. Only thing you need to do with that, if you're inspired to do that, participate in that for that level of support moving into 2026, is look to the profile information, send us an email that you would like to engage in that, and we will move forward as far as the scheduling. But yeah, also we offer in large part a private community, which is our most grand offering, one of the highest offerings that you, as one who is aspiring to be a powerful conscious creator, can engage in. For everything is there. We are providing everything that's necessary for your growth and expansion, and to accelerate that growth and expansion in what we call the Ascension Accelerator, an incubator per se for individuals who know they are on a journey of enlightenment. We're excited about upcomings for 2026 that we will be announcing shortly. First, to those who are who receive our emails, who are part of the community. We're excited about things to come. We're excited about being a greater level of support. We're excited about being more specific in the ways that we are able to support, and continuing to build and grow on that which is available to you in the private community. So let's get started. The best of you is who you intend to be, is the topic for today. And this is kind of a remix, if you will, of a topic that we went over last week that there was some technical things toward the end. And so we just decided to kind of go over that information again. Of course, there will be new twist to it, but the best of you is who you intend to be. Celebrating yourself draws you closer to alignment. Celebrating yourself draws you closer to alignment. Conscious creators, we will, in a sense, pick up where we left off. Celebrating yourself is huge. As simple as it seems, as uncomplicated as it seems. And actually, the truth is, when we say and talk about establishing yourself in a higher vibration, it really is simple. It's not a complex thing. None of this is actually complex. You, your belief in the complicated as being important and right and necessary to achieve or to grow or to expand is your own doing as far as complicating the issue. These ideas are not complicated. The challenge is the being consistent and knowing that you are reconditioning yourself, but that's not complicated either. It's a matter of how you perceive what it is that you're doing. Right? You can perceive washing the dishes as being hard and work and complicated, or you can perceive washing the dishes as being fun and exciting. You can perceive mowing the grass as being work and difficult and hard and complicated, or you can see it as fun and exciting. Benny's father is always asking him about a riding lawnmower and wanting to purchase a riding lawnmower. But, his yard is not huge, and so he is always, and he grew up, where Benny grew up when he became a teenager and his older sisters were going off to school. After he reached a certain age point, cut the grass himself. He would have sports on Friday evenings, and then on Saturday mornings he would have the responsibility of cutting the grass. And between the riding lawnmower and the push lawnmower and weed eating, it would take him about 3 hours because of the size of their yard. Because he grew up in what you might call the country. Where he stays now, it's nothing like that. And so he has maintained a push lawnmower that he and his boys, his children, use. And they have had two. But he's never felt like he needed a riding lawnmower. And his perception of cutting grass is that he enjoys cutting grass. It's not work. It's not work. It's a chore if it gets too tall, but it's not work for him. It's a time where he's able to get out in nature, smell the grass, be in the sun, whether he's sweating or not, enjoying the heat, enjoying the sun, enjoying nature. And that's a different perspective. It's the same as this process, engaging in the inner creative process, releasing that which is present that stands as conflict to your intentions. It can be a fun, beautiful, exciting thing, or it can be work and hard and complicated. It's a matter of perception, and your perception makes it so. Celebrating yourself draws you closer into alignment. And we said it's a simple thing. Establishing yourself into a higher frequency is simple. It can be the remembering and singing or pulling up and playing your favorite song. It can be remembering an amazing gathering or a last beautiful, excellent vacation or anything of that nature. It can be the imaging and connecting with your favorite color, the purity of it, the perfection of it. Anything of that nature, as simple as it seems, gets you into a higher feeling state, and that's perfect. How long can you hold that state? And in the holding of that state, the entertaining of that state, you are establishing yourself in a higher frequency. And the more often you can play in it, you are reconditioning yourself, mind and body, to that level of vibration, to that level of frequency. That's all you need to know. It's simple. And everything happens from there. You can't see it happening, but everything does happen from there if you are consistent. And when you have made shifts, you will know, because you will see the difference in your thinking, subtly, slightly. You will see the difference in your state of being that you're in. You will see the difference in the things that you begin to notice outside of you, because you will begin to notice things that you are in alignment with based on your level of vibration. You will begin to notice that you have other options of thought and behavior when you find yourself in circumstances. Yes, circumstances will change based on your level of vibration, but you may have trails and momentum of certain undesired experiences, especially with those closest to you, family, friends, brothers, sisters, children, spouse, or partner, who are reflecting at a high degree and at a high level of intensity that which you are carrying on the inside, both from your perspective, good and not so great. But in those moments, you will see that you have other options other than the way you normally react and the ways that you normally respond. You will begin to see other options because there are other options in different levels of vibration. We'll say more specifically, higher levels of vibration, higher frequency. So in large part, it's not about immediate shifts, immediate change. That doesn't happen all the time because you have an intertwined spider web of network of ideas around the different areas of your life. When you talk about relationship, you have a web of ideas connected that are equaling the you that creates the relationships that you have, good and not so great. When you talk about an abundance of finances, there is a web of ideas that is the you that you are right now that's creating the type of experience that you have when it comes to an abundance of finances. And you can go into all other areas of your life as you identify them. The generality of success. There's a web of ideas that dictate how successful you can be, or how frequently you come in contact with what you call failure. Web of ideas. All you need to understand simply, and then be playful with it, is that higher frequency, and the more you engage with those ideas, utilizing your inner being to release, let go, clear, whatever you want to call it, when you do that, you are unraveling those ideas. And you want to be playful with it. And you need to be and begin to build the muscle of being consistent at it. And over time, you will see that you are different than who you were before. Celebrating. Celebrating yourself. It's important, it's important that you begin to recognize the power of beginning to celebrate yourself. Why? Because think about what it feels like to celebrate. It's high, it's fast, right? Think about having fun. Think about a birthday party, a birthday celebration, anniversary celebration, yours, and how it feels, right? And when you talk about the feeling of celebrating, and you understand what alignment means. Alignment is alignment. In the moment that you're celebrating, in the moment that you're feeling that feeling where you're in alignment with all kinds of experiences that are born of that same feeling. And that's what you want. All of your intentions feel that way or very close to it. All of them. The car, the house, the job, the relationship, the travels, the vacations, the business success, the career success, they all feel that way or very similar. And if alignment is alignment, the more often you find yourself in that celebration type energy, the more often you are in alignment with everything that you actually would intend. And the topic was the best of you is who you intend to be, right? In order to have these experiences, you have to be the person who is offering the vibration that aligns you with that experience. And that level of vibration is going to be the best of you that you can muster at that moment. There's always higher, and the more you grow and expand as you mature and get stronger in this process, there's always a next and a next and a next, which as you grow and expand into those next, your vibrational expression rises, and the types of experience that you align yourself with rises and expands also. And that's why it's important to begin to celebrate yourself. Not celebration as in, oh, this happened to me, it's a reason to celebrate. Oh, it's my birthday, it's a reason to celebrate. It's an anniversary, all of these things, it's a reason to celebrate. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying begin to celebrate you and find reason, have reason, create reason, understand there's always reason to celebrate you right now. Because you are worthy of celebration right now. You are perfect right now, whether you believe yourself to be or not. You are amazing right now, whether you believe yourself to be or not. You are beautiful right now, whether you believe yourself to be or not. You have successes. You have created successes. You have created beautiful moments that you can refer back to right now and celebrate them. And every time you do, and you cultivate and find yourself expressing the feeling, you are in alignment with experiences in the next present moment that are rooted in that same feeling, that are born of that same feeling. Experiences that you were intending and experiences that you can't even fathom, that are out there for you, that are perfect for you. Meetings with strangers who have information based on about and move you further down the road toward an intention. Just a beautiful experience that explodes and furthers your alignment. Alignment is alignment. Whether you are celebrating something that happened outside of you or you're just celebrating yourself. The strongest path we suggest is begin to celebrate yourself. Because when you begin to celebrate yourself and find and have reason, just knowing who and what you are in source is worthy of celebration. The knowing that you are brilliant. The knowing that you are holy. The knowing that you are sacred as sacred can be as the truth of you in source. And celebrating that, celebrating you, honoring you, and how that feels aligns you with experience in every next present moment that's also rooted in that feeling. So if you have intentions and you have identified how that feels and you understand the importance of alignment, you understand the truth of alignment, now you know that merely celebrating yourself, using yourself as catalyst for celebration, aligns you with experiences also rooted in that feeling. This is powerful stuff. We're talking about, if you haven't noticed, we must say this also, we're talking about becoming self-sufficient in your alignment, in your vibrational expression. We're talking about letting go of attachments to the external. We're talking about no longer reacting to the external. We're talking about being your own fuel, being your own source. That's what we're talking about. You may have had trauma as a child. You may have grown up feeling unattended to, feeling unacknowledged, feeling unloved, feeling feeling the absence of respect and honor. All of these things, any of those things, and more that were available and possible as experience. I want you to think about potentially how these states of being, how the feeling absent of these things, the seeking of these things, whether consciously or unconsciously, is the acknowledging that you are absent of these things. And taking a moment and noticing how throughout your history, your personal individual life's history, how the absence of these things have shown up in your life. in your relationships, in your interactions with strangers, at your job, in your business, how these ideas of the absence of a thing from your childhood have constantly and consistently shown up in your life. And now think about and imagine how all of that changes when you begin to stop looking for external sources to be the catalyst for you to feel loved, to feel attention, attended to feel acknowledged, to feel respected, to feel valued, all of those things, and you begin to be the source of it yourself. You're no longer looking for mother or father to offer you these things. You're no longer looking for brother or sister to offer you these things. You're no longer expecting of your children, spouse, or partner to offer you these things. You are being the source of them yourself. You're honoring yourself. You're respecting yourself. You are acknowledging yourself. You are attending to yourself. You're offering the fullness of value because you're recognizing who and what you are. You're being attentive to you, no longer seeking attention from the external. And therefore you're expressing the fullness of the idea versus the absence of the idea. And in expressing the fullness of the idea, you come in contact with it more and more outside of you. You find more and more experiences where you're being attended to. You're finding more and more experiences where you're being acknowledged because you're acknowledging of yourself more and more. You're finding more and more experiences where where the value of you is being seen and recognized because you are recognizing the value that you are. And the understanding of this comes from your beginning to celebrate yourself and recognizing the reasons for celebration, recognizing the power in the alignment of celebration, the power in you being the source of those emotional wells of you as a being who is human at that moment. You being the source. Because if you're seeking external sources, that means that you are offering the absence of the thing. The only reason you would be seeking, whether conscious or unconsciously, the only reason you would be seeking a thing is if you feel like you don't have it. And if you're offering the idea and the frequency of not having something, you are engaging the integrative process in a way that is establishing the not having of the thing. So celebrating yourself begins to take care of alignment, and it begins to take care of and bring to the forefront all of the ways that you are not being the source of your own fullness, the source of your own fulfillment. This is critical. Because for those of you aspiring to be a powerful conscious creator, you have to more and more begin to take your attention, take your expectation off of the external. You have to more and more detach yourself from the external and be your own source. Be your own acknowledgement. Be your own recognition. Be your own cause for celebration. And the more you do that, the more you begin to release the awareness and expand the awareness of your true power and potential. And notice that we're talking about what we're trying to say. We're talking about non-solid ideas. We're not talking about material ideas. We are talking about ideas that yield experience, but we're not talking about actual physical things. I intend this. I want to materialize that. We're talking about the things that lie at the fabric of your existence, right? Interacting with people, beautiful relationships. I'm tired of experiencing broken relationship. I'm tired of experiencing disrespect, dishonor. I'm tired of People treating me like I have little value or little worth. We're talking about those type ideas. These ideas are being sourced from you because you're offering the absence of a thing, whether you realize it or not. And these cavities have often been created as children when you were a child. But now that you know, it's necessary that you begin to refill these cavities as the source of your own acknowledgement, as the source of your own value position, as the source of your own attention. This is critical. This is foundational to your growth and expansion. This is foundational. You can jump to the manifesting of things if you desire to, but if you want to clean up, begin to clean up your life experience as a whole, you have to begin to feel those idea and emotional voids that were established when you were children. And you do that simply and cleanly by beginning to be the source of those ideas yourself, beginning to be the source of the emotion of those ideas yourself, beginning to be aware of all of the ways you have been seeking to be filled emotionally, and beginning to be the source of that to and for you. And the more you do that, the more you fill those voids by being your own source, the greater the personal power that you find, the greater the light that you find that has always existed inside of you. And don't forget to use the truth of you and source as contrast. That will help draw out any ideas, any ways that you have been seeking to be filled from the external. Because the truth of you and source is whole. The truth of you and source is full. The truth of you and source feels that everything is present right now, knows that everything is present right now. And when you are standing as the you that you are now, and you are entertaining the truth of you and source, you can feel the voids. You can feel that you have been offering the absence of a thing, because you can feel the contrast. And all that means is that you need to begin to be the source of that idea to and for you. Wow, I see how I've been seeking to be validated. I've been seeking for my dad to validate me all of these years. I've been seeking for my mom to validate me, say that the things that I'm doing are good, tell me I'm doing a good job, I'm being a good parent, and all. I've been seeking, I've been wanting them to give me that. I've been seeking recognition at my job. I've been seeking for my spouse or partner to acknowledge me, to be the source of love and recognition for me. I see how I've been seeking that. I see how I've been offering the absence of that thing, which is why I'm always seeking it, because I'm always finding experience that leaves me feeling absent of the thing. Disrespected, dishonored, unattended to, unconsidered. All of these things. You can be the source. You have always had the capacity to be the source. It is the truth of you in source. There's no external. Everything exists inside of you. Every potential is born of you. And when you are full, when you are complete, when you are whole, well, then you are offering vibrationally wholeness, fullness, and completeness. And that's what you are creating and coming in contact with in your external world. You're not coming in contact with the absence of things. You're coming in contact with the fullness of things. And for most, that's a completely different life than they have been accustomed to. And it reeks of the power that each of you wield. It draws to the forefront the awareness of the power that each of you wield when you make these subtle changes and you begin to play and practice with these subtle changes we are offering, and you begin to see them manifesting as experience. Nobody else is going to know. Your collaborative components that show up to create this, they're not going to know. They don't know. You're the only one that knows. You're the center of your verse. You're the only one that's going to know that you have made a change and that the experience has changed as a result of that shift. You're the only one that's going to know. But when you do become aware, your personal power increases a little bit more. Your awareness expands a little bit more. And the light of you, the truth of you in source, is able to cut through just a little bit more. And you keep walking. You keep walking the path. Celebrate yourself. Understand that there's always reason to celebrate yourself. Understand that you are reconditioning yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. You are reconditioning yourself. But there is a path that you can walk that guarantees your transformation. There's a path that you can walk that guarantees your transformation. That's what we need you to know. So we're thankful for those of you who have supported the creation of this interaction. We're thankful for those of you who have found this recording and allowed us to be of support in that manner. If you have been inspired to an idea, if you have any questions or comments that you would like to be discussed for just a few moments, place those in the chat and we will take a few moments to discuss those. Okay, here we go. Las Vegas, Nevada, 92939. Awesome. Hello, Abraham. Hope this is not off topic, but I had a health scare 6 months ago, and I'm well now. Awesome. But how do you get rid of the fear of it returning? What's the best way to maintain wellness? Thank you. Excellent. If you're inspired to this idea, there's nothing off topic. Your being here and being inspired to ask the question is perfect. It's perfect. So your health has returned, but there is the idea of it potentially returning, the dis-ease potentially returning that you are aware of in mind and body. And how do you get rid of the fear? Understand that the fear is the result of the conditioning that you have to be worried or prepare or build barriers against that which you do not want. Right? You can begin to squeeze this idea out by using it as contrast. Every time you see the idea, the thought, or feel the feeling, immediately take yourself into the feeling of health and well-being. Right? In your meditation, as the truth of you in source, ask your inner being to take you to the truth of you in source and feel what the epitome of your well-being and health feels like. Feel what it feels like for you to be the catalyst, the source of healing into the people that you love. Right? I am healing. I am the most optimal health and well-being, and I am the catalyst for that into my spouse or partner, into my children, into my family, into my neighbors. In your meditation from the truth of you in source, be the catalyst, be the source for everyone that you love and know in your verse. And in so doing, the purity of healing and well-being flows through you into that which you know and love. And guess who the first beneficiary of it is? You. Because that energy, that light, is moving through you, and you're projecting it out into your children, family, loved ones, best friends. We're talking about being the source of your own acknowledgement, celebrating yourself. Be the source of health and well-being to those you love and those around you. And that energy, that light, as it flows through you, you are the first beneficiary. And anytime you feel the fear that you speak of, let that be the catalyst to immediately shift into being the source of healing and well-being. And stay in it until you know that you feel it. Until you know that you feel the healing that is flowing through you. Until you know that you feel the health, the well-being in its most optimal form flowing through you. And as you do that, state, claim that anything and everything that conflicts with that flow, anything and everything that resists that flow is being cleansed, is being cleared, is being burned away as that flow of healing and well-being moves through you. That's a quick and simple suggestion that can be majorly effective. Does that make sense? Is there anything unclear about what we offer? Anyone else? And we'll offer this also. As you begin to do that, don't be surprised if you're consistent with it. Don't be surprised if you begin to be inspired to different wellness practices as an individual. You may be inspired to be more physically active. You may be inspired to change your diet. You may be inspired to ground more often. You may be inspired to stand in the sun more often. If you feel inspired to do any of these things or any other thing that you know in your mind and body is related to healing, health, and well-being, our suggestion is to do that. And know that it's placing you physically more and more in alignment with that which you are expressing through you in your meditation when you are claiming and being the source of healing and well-being for yourself and those around you. This is powerful stuff. Understanding that you are the first you are the first beneficiary to that which you are expressing. So the love that you desire for your children, for friends, for family, you are the first beneficiary because it's flowing through you. You're the expressor. The beauty that you desire for, the confidence, if you believe in that, the confidence that you desire for. These things have to flow through you. If you're in your meditation, you're offering it. Meditation, prayer, think about that. Prayerfully, you are offering healing and well-being. You're offering security for your children as they go to school. All of these things, it flows through you first. It's expressed through you first. You're the first beneficiary. You're also the first beneficiary when you are angry or frustrated at someone. If you have been inspired reacting to a circumstance and you're feeling anger and frustration and you're saying, you made me angry, you did this to me, you made me nervous, you made me feel insecure, whatever it may be, you're the first beneficiary. And it's actually deeper than that, and you know it. You're offering that as an expression, and you're engaging the integrative process in that direction perfectly and precisely. But we're talking about being the first beneficiary to offering high frequency ideas, healing, well being, love, joy, all of these things. When you offer them in your meditation or you offer them prayerfully for family, friends, loved ones, children, you are the first beneficiary. Understand that. Anyone else? Awesome. Awesome. Excellent. All right. So, again, we're thankful, extremely thankful, grateful for those of you who have supported the creation of this interaction. We're thankful for those of you who have found this recording and allowed us to be of support. We're excited for each of you. Stay the course. Be excited about the course. That's the right energy to be in. That allows for the highest perspective. Begin to celebrate yourself. You don't need permission to do that. You don't need anyone else's support to do that. You have to understand that alignment is alignment. The feeling of celebration aligns you with experiences worthy of celebration and establishes the loop, which is a beautiful loop. Right? Loop of expression and experience. But again, thankful for each of you. We love you very much, and we will talk to you soon.